want to talk about having hope for the future, vision, and rejecting judgment, whether it's judgment that we have on ourselves, other people judging us, or how we judge other people, especially. Here's the thing, is any area that you feel that somebody is judging you is in equal like kind how you believe that you have the right to judge someone else if they did the same thing that you are, and needs to hold you accountable. Any area that you judge somebody else is the same way that you judge yourself if you were doing the same thing. And we have to realize this, is that other people view the world the same way. So any area that somebody judges themselves, they judge us. And if we take it on, the judgment, whether it's true or not, here's the key. If it bothers us, it means that there's an area of that we're judging ourselves, or we're saying, oh, I hope that's not true, otherwise I should be judged that way. And we go in this loop to where it has a hard time for us to have hope for the future. You need to have hope and declaration for the future, where you're going, and have vision and say, listen, I know what path I'm on. I know where I'm going. No opinion or judgment of myself or anything else can knock me off track. And yet we judge ourselves in these loops that keep us spinning in a negative spiral constantly. And at the same time, we're judging other people. You need to learn to completely reject all judgment entirely and have hope for the future. You see somebody doing something bad, have hope and compassion and kindness for the potential in that person, and realize that person is a hurting person, hurt people, hurt other people, and view them the way that you wish that you could be viewed if you were in the same situation. And realize and learn to forgive yourself. You know, sometimes we have judgment against ourselves. Oh, you know, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or if I do this, I'm horrible, I'm a bad person, I'm going to get punished or have pain or whatever happens. And we judge ourselves the same way that we judge other people. And if somebody is falsely accusing us of something, we start to dive deep in and start to judge ourselves because of how we judge other people. So if we judge somebody else the way somebody else is accusing us, then it puts us in this loop of fear and worry, shame, and guilt. And we have to reject those emotions of fear, worry, shame, guilt, and judgment, and have hope, love, joy, peace for the future. The two cannot coexist. Judgment and hope. Vision and love. Or vision and love, yeah, but negative vision and shame and guilt can't coexist with love and joy and vision. Yet so often people try to attach their judgment to their hope, and they're wondering why they're staying stuck right where they are and can't move forward. It's because the two are like two negative ends of a magnet. They're pushing against each other. They don't work together. Two positive ends of a magnet. I'm sorry. Some of you might judge the fact that I messed that analogy up, because you judge yourself when you mess up analogies. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. All that matters is having hope for the future. You see, when we look at somebody who makes mistakes and we say, oh, I would never do that, we are denying our potential. And then when we have fear that we're going to possibly do something, we empower that fear. So if I'm afraid of making mistakes, if I'm afraid of being misunderstood, if I'm afraid of, getting angry, if I'm afraid of being accused, those things start to come at me. I used to be massively afraid of making mistakes on live video. And that's why I never did live video. But once you learn to stop judging yourself and stop judging other people, you can start to have hope for the future, taking action and moving forward towards the destiny and the plan and the purpose for your life. But you have to learn to reject judgment over yourself, over other people, and reject when you feel it coming at you. Reject what you fear and declare what you want. This is why declarations are so important. You have to declare the outcome. Say, I declare that I'm going to make good choices today. I'm going to declare that I'm going to build my business the way that I want to. I'm going to declare that I'm going to do something, and it's okay if I make a mistake. It's okay if I mess it up and screw everything up. Because at least I'm going to learn a lesson from that, and I'm going to be able to take that lesson and apply it, because I no longer am judging myself for the mistakes I make or other people when they make mistakes in their life. And I have hope for the future that is in front of me. And then I live in this present moment from a place of hope instead of judgment, looking at the past, but into the future that I know is there waiting for me. You have to learn to reject judgment, fear, shame, and guilt, and have hope, vision, clarity, love, joy, peace for the future, and flow from those places of hope, love, joy, peace. You see, sometimes when we've gone through a lot of stuff, it's hard to have that because we've felt some things, we've seen some things, and we're like, there's no way that I cannot judge myself or other people for that. I get it. I totally get it. I've had some crazy experiences and stuff that I noticed that I've judged other people for, that then I judge myself for, and it keeps me stuck not doing the thing that I know that I was called and made to do with my life. And as soon as I looked at this and I said, you know what, I'm going to reject my judgment that I have on that person. I'm going to have compassion, love, shower them with love, blessing. You know what, I'm just like them. I do the same thing, and that's why I'm so upset, is because I judge myself for when I do that thing. And now it's preventing me from going forward because I'm empowering the thing that I fear. This is what happens. This is what happens with us. This is what happens with you. It's time to have hope for the future. Declare the future. You don't need anybody's permission. You don't need to prove yourself to anybody. Even if you've made mistakes in the past, learn to trust yourself. Trust yourself more. You see, a lot of people won't trust themselves because they judge themselves so much, and they judge other people because their trust has been violated in the past. Listen, I'm not telling you to trust people and trust everybody that is doing bad things. Come on, let's get real here. I'm saying to trust yourself and trust your instincts, and know that if you have a plan to go after a goal, have hope for that future, take action and do that thing, even if you get judged for it, even if you hear things, you feel things, even if it's scary, even if you're worried, and you start to shield yourself and protect yourself against what might happen. We need to lower our walls and raise boundaries. Walls and boundaries aren't the same things. You see, walls says nothing can penetrate, nothing can come through ever. And that never helps us, because that's a place of judgment. But when we have a boundary, we say, I can choose what comes in and what goes out. Because I choose, because I trust myself to set that up. A wall comes from not trusting ourselves. Boundaries come from when we have trust in ourselves. And above that, having trust in God and saying, God, show me what to do, direct my footsteps. If you read the Bible, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. That doesn't mean never trust yourself, by the way. That means if you trust in God, you can trust in yourself that you and God are on the same page. Okay? Go after your goals, everybody. Have hope for the future. We'll talk soon.